In the heart of the Middle East lies a vision to redefine global trade and logistics, connecting the world in new ways. A bold plan from Saudi Arabia positions the kingdom at the center of global commerce,
turning Saudi Arabia into a true global logistics hub.
You can see the amount of investment that has been made in the logistics sector. It's a significant amount of money.
I've seen nothing similar in the world over the last decade or more.
We're running before walking.
Saudi Arabia connects 3 continents, Asia, Europe and Africa. For centuries, the region has served as a hub for the exchange of goods and ideas. Now it aims to become a global trade gateway for the future.
I've never been as optimistic about the future of logistics.
The government here really switched from maybe 5-6 years ago seeing logistics as a cost to now a real enabler of Vision 2030. I think everybody now understands, the government and the private sector, that Vision 2030 cannot be achieved without logistics.
Pre-Vision 2030, the logistics was scattered. Vision 2030 helped to unify the logistics sector.
Vision 2030 is a Saudi strategy to diversify its economy, reducing its reliance on oil, which makes up more than 30% of its GDP. Logistics is central to this effort, with the sector projected to grow annually by almost 6% to $35.9 billion by 2030. The kingdom is targeting $267 billion in transport and logistics investment. More than a third of that investment is expected to come from the private sector.
The investment itself is perhaps still a little slower than we and probably the government would have hoped. Having said that, it's definitely happening.
Agility is investing around $163 million in a state-of-the-art logistics park near the port of Jeddah. It's also spending around $66 million expanding its warehousing complex in Riyadh, creating 300 new jobs. It has a similar complex in Dammam.
Recent reform in Saudi Arabia has been creating an incredibly dynamic market for logistics, and I think we are very lucky to be here on this time, and we are very excited about what's coming.
Where's the robots?
We have companies like Agility, we have Saudi companies like SPL that are also deploying technology at scale, and they will be the global players.
These developments are designed to support both traditional trade and a surging e-commerce sector.
2025, we project to go for $20 billion on the e-commerce market. You can see that Amazon is now opening warehouses here, and you can see that Alibaba is opening their offices at the moment here. And if they did not find that this is a really great place to be with, they were not going to be here.
The kingdom knows the foundation for continued growth lies in special economic zones. The Riyadh Integrated Special Logistics Zone is a 3-kilometre square hub near King Khalid International Airport. It's one of 5 special economic zones in Saudi Arabia, and the kingdom intends to establish 59 such zones by 2030.
Any country cannot succeed without having a special economic zone or free zones. They are the most important enablers of logistics investment.
Streamlining the regulatory process and strengthening the Saudi workforce are recognised as key to the vision's success.
Saudi Arabia knows that it needs to invest not only in the hard infrastructure required to drive its growth vision, but also in the human capital. You've seen such a massive change in the workforce with growing diversification efforts, the entrance of women into the workforce in record numbers.
The private sector is leading the way by encouraging us to put the right regulations, amend policies, laws, where we see fit to be an actual logistic hub. We will do what it takes to achieve that.
Saudi Arabia says it's ready to turn challenges into opportunities, redefining the future of logistics on the global stage.